I think self-driving cars is essentially a solved problem at this point.
Right.
And Tesla's rolled out sort of robotaxi service in a few cities, and
Right.
will be very, very widespread by the end of this year within the U.S. And then
a solved problem already in the U.S., very wide scaled and rolled out in the U.S. by the end of this year. I think there's some bold statements from Elon during his speech at the World Economic Forum. But do you believe him? I think it's fair to say we should be cautiously optimistic. But I think it's also a fact that when you listen to the statements that Elon is betting the entire future of Tesla on this one singular idea, robotaxis. They have shifted away from other projects like a lower priced electronic vehicle, and they have moved aggressively towards this one singular focus. In fact, Elon has even told investors that if you don't believe in Tesla's approach to autonomy, that you shouldn't own the stock. Now, we've heard Elon make bold predictions and promises in the market before, and many times, unfortunately, it hasn't met the timelines or the deadlines that he's projected. So as I mentioned earlier, it's fair to be cautiously optimistic. But on the other hand, I think we do see that this proof of concept is being delivered each and every day in many major markets around this country. I'm talking about Google's division in Waymo. So Waymo today is operating in many major markets in a fully automated way. They're delivering millions of rides. They're true level 4 autonomous today, millions of rides across many markets. They're geo-fenced in those cities, but they're proving the concept each and every day. So this gives me hope of what Elon can deliver. But during this video, we're going to answer the trillion-dollar question that you see on your screen. And the question is this: can Tesla's vision-only approach actually leapfrog Waymo? Or is the Robotaxi a Hail Mary that has the potential to break Tesla stock for good? Before we jump in and answer those questions, if you haven't already liked and subscribed to the channel, please do that. It makes a big difference, and I appreciate you guys taking time and listening to the video. So I want to first start off by just looking at the different approach between the two autonomous vehicles so we can set the foundation and understand their approach to the market. So on your screen today, you see the Waymo vehicle. A Waymo uses everything but the kitchen sink. They have Lidar, radar, cameras. They create highly accurate HD maps to every city they enter. It's incredibly safe, it's expensive, and it's slow to scale. Tesla, on the other hand, uses a vision-only approach. No Lidar, no expensive maps. Musk argues that humans drive with 2 eyes and a brain, so his cars should as well. This makes Tesla's hardware cheap, easy to mass produce, but it puts a massive burden on the AI to be perfect. Now, Tesla also has a major advantage in the fact that they have millions of vehicles on the road today, and every mile that's driven feeds their AI. Tesla doesn't have to simulate driving. They just sit back and watch humans do it millions of times a day. And this data flywheel that they have is probably their biggest advantage. But they have a big risk with their vision-only approach as well. And if that risk or their approach is successful, Tesla has the ability to scale the whole world overnight. But if that approach fails, they could be stuck with hardware that physically can't see through fog and heavy rain like Waymo's Lidar can. And that will cause a massive distrust to consumers and have a significant impact overall on the valuation of the company. So there's a big disagreement in the market today and within the analyst community. I'm going to show you some of the bears and the bulls in a moment, but the big disagreement is this. Is Tesla essentially a car company with a software problem, or is Tesla a powerhouse AI company that is on the precedent of being able to print money because of what they can deliver to the market? If you take a look at the bulls and the bears case as we see today, the biggest bull for Tesla is Kathy Wood from ARK Invest. Kathy puts the share price at the end of the decade at $2,600 a share. She's very bullish about Tesla's ability to be an Uber killer, as she calls it, and she feels that 90% of the valuation of the company will come from robotaxis. Dan Ives, on the other hand, at Wedbush, he puts the share price at 600 and thinks that the company can get a $2 trillion market cap driven by the excitement and earnings from the Cybercab or the Robotaxis for Tesla as well. And then finally, I think that one of the biggest reasons to be bullish is the revenue transformation for the company. So Tesla will shift from selling a $40,000 car to shifting into having recurring high-end, high-margin fees, that come from both their Cybercab and private vehicles with subscription services to fully self-driving. Could be a big shift in the money that they make. The bears on the other side, no one is more bearish than GLJ. So led by Gordon Johnson, he has put share price at times at $25, which seems incredibly low, but he thinks that the robotaxis is a pipe dream and that Elon is using this to distract people away from slumping sales of the EV cars and their compressed margins that they have. Morgan Stanley puts the share price at $425, which is a bit bearish from where we see it today. They're optimistic about the robotaxis. They just don't believe in the scalability that Tesla projects. They think that Tesla could probably have 1,000 robotaxis in the market by the end of the year. And that level of vehicles would not move the needle at all in a $1 trillion company. And then finally, there's the regulatory walls or delays that Tesla would face. So we know that Waymo has had to approach every state by state to work through regulatory and get approvals for their vehicles that are geofenced, as I mentioned. So would Tesla be able to piggyback on the success or the approvals that Waymo has had already, or would they also have to go state by state and receive separate approvals? Only time will tell, but that could have a significant impact and slow down on the ability for Tesla to achieve their scale. But the other thing that Cathie Wood is very bullish on that gets me excited, because I'm a Tesla owner myself, and it's something called the Tesla network. So she sees this as a Uber killer, as I mentioned. I want you to imagine a scenario if you owned a Tesla where you came home from work and you re-engaged with your family and sat down to dinner. And during that time, you sent out your Tesla to be an Uber. So your Tesla could then go out, pick up passengers, deliver them to their destinations while you receive money. So think about it. It's an Uber without a driver. You join the Tesla network. Tesla gets 20 to 30% of the revenue, and your family receives the remaining revenue. So what an unbelievable concept that you sit at home and engage with your family and you send out your vehicle to earn money for the family. I love that idea, and I hope that Trump comes true. And in reality, just the promise alone of that concept, and if we start to move towards that concept, will cause an increase of trillions for the valuation for Tesla. So overall, guys, I think we need to think about, when you look at Tesla, to me, it's no longer valued. The stock price and the market cap is no longer seeing it as a car company. They're seeing it as an AI company. However, if the concept of the robotaxis, if we don't see a path to revenue soon, the AI premium that's built into the stock and the market cap very well could evaporate. And if we start to shift, that the market starts to shift to see Tesla again as just an EV company, this will have significant impact overall in the market valuation of the company. So I think, on the other hand, I will say that if Elon can prove the concept that he's been sharing, so if he can deliver what you see on your screen today, this Cybercab that he's been showing, if he can deliver this steering wheel-less vehicle into the markets, if he can scale it across the U.S. in the time frame that he's projecting, and if he can prove safety without having a human driver, a human individual in the vehicle, this could be one of the biggest "I told you so" moments that the market has ever seen. So to answer the questions at the beginning, can Tesla beat Waymo? I think from a scalability perspective, there's no question about it. From a safety perspective, I think the jury is still out and we'll have to wait and see. Will their singular focus break the stock? Personally, I don't think it'll break the stock. And the only chance it has is that if the gap between Elon's promises and the reality of what he actually delivers in the market stays wide, yes, that could have a significant impact on the stock. But let me know what you think. Do you think Tesla has the ability to pass Waymo? Do you think the scalability is realistic? And then would you get into a steering wheel-less car and let you drive around a city or drive you home at night? Or would you take a traditional Uber or maybe even a Waymo that we have in the market today? Love to hear your thoughts. And guys, if you got any value from this video, please give me a like and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.